Alright, greetings all. Thank you for returning to my channel. I'm Professor Noonie. Allow me to welcome you back to the Fight Night BareKnuckle Custom Boxer Tournament. Fight Night Champion Custom Boxer Tournament. We're hopping right back into it. We're continuing on with the bracket. As I told you in the previous video, Headhunter has quite an odd look to him, if I don't say so myself. This guy's face, he looks like a skull. He actually kind of looks like a human predator. By that I mean Predator without the mask, the fictional, character. Not like an actual, sexual predator. And then we have Hulk Hogan on the left. He appears to be bald, or maybe that's to imply he's wearing some kind of bandana. I'm not sure. But here, I will show you the bracket as a reminder. If you have not yet watched the previous fights, I recommend you do so before sticking around. I'll give you a few seconds to close out of this video and catch up. Alright, if you're still with me, I assume that you've already watched the previous fights. Here we are at Hulk Hogan and Headhunter, 4 H's. HHHH. That's pretty unique. But yeah, first fight went to George Bush, second fight went to Spawn with a knockout. That was pretty back and forth. I was surprised at the result. Third fight went to Hulk with a very, very unbelievable knockout in the third round, knocking Carl Winslow out and out of the tournament. Did not expect that to happen, especially the way Carl Winslow was actually playing. But we are here now with Hulk Hogan and Headhunter. Let us hop right into it. We have to change the venue. Excuse me. We're going to change the venue to the Pen, as pretty much all the matches will be held here except for the finals. So let us get into this fight. I'm not entirely sure who's going to be victorious here. I mean, it's not like I knew beforehand with any of the other fights. But I think that... Oh, wow, he's wearing a kilt. I wasn't expecting that. Oh, boy, look at that mug. Hulk Hogan looks ripped, though. Alright, we are getting things started out pretty quick. Hunter appears to have the same type of defense that Carl Winslow had. Let's see if it serves him better than it did Carl. Hunter seems to be doing most of the swinging right now. Catching a little bit downstairs. Hogan seems to be playing real conservatively. Looks like he is only swinging when he knows he'll connect. Out of range as Hunter stepped back. Hogan cornering himself. Hunter chasing him down, but not doing a tremendous amount of damage. Hunter seems to be successfully going to that body. Gets caught with the right straight, digging in, aiming for the body. Hogan doesn't pursue him, lets him back up a little bit. Hunter is definitely hell-bent on hitting that body of Hogan. I think he's trying to get his stamina down as quick as possible. He's having some success with that. Hogan seems to be playing, like I said, pretty conservatively, but it looks like when he does connect with a good hit, it does a tremendous amount of damage, and right there, that took about a fifth of his life away. Although, Hunter is not in a position right now to be afraid of those, as his stamina isn't necessarily getting that low, so he's able to recover quite quickly. Both seem to be missing each other. Trading body shots. And that ends the first round.
Keep doing what you're doing. Keep the jab pumping and throw the lead right hand, all right? You are winning this fight. Listen to me. You're not giving me enough punches, okay? Throw more punches. Jab, jab.
Keep circling, don't stand in front of it.
Hogan's trainer telling him to hit him with those jabs and the 1-2s. Hunter's trainer telling him to circle around, do not just stand in front of him. It's as if the trainers know what the other is telling him. Or rather, what the other's strategy is. Hunter seems to be sticking to the same plan. He's having a bit more success. Uppercut to Hogan's jaw. Hogan doesn't appear to be using his trainer's strategy of 1-2 jab straight, jab straight. He's sticking to the same strategy he did before. Connects with 2 solid right hooks. Lands a straight. It doesn't look as though Hogan is comfortable leaping forward with his swings like we've seen in previous fights. He prefers to stand his ground, and if Hunter comes in, then he will be hit. If Hunter stays back, he will be swung at. Hogan, I believe, is trying to lay foundation or mark his territory, saying, this is my bubble. If you come near me, you will be dealt with. Hunter seems to be the one doing a lot more movement back and forth. Doing a little sidestep there, anticipating a punch. Catches Hogan with the left straight to the face. Hogan follows up with a jab. Gentlemen trading blows in the corner. No regard for their face. Hogan backing himself up to the ropes. Hunter following him, trying to get some kind of punches in there. Hogan blocked them, and he hit them with a nice straight. Evades from a jab, and follows up with the right straight. This round might actually go to Hulk Hogan. Although it's very difficult to say at this point. What I can say is I'm glad I'm not judging this fight.
As soon as you feel the ropes, move out. Don't fight his fight. Jab and move. Jab and move.
Oh, this is a wipeout. You're winning this fight. Just keep doing what you're doing. You got this. Just...
Hogan's trainer telling him to keep sticking to what he's doing. Hunter's trainer telling him, do not back yourself up onto the ropes. Keep moving. Let's see if either men adopt that strategy. Or rather, let's see if Hogan continues to do what he does. And see if Hunter stays away from the ropes. Narrowly misses with that flying in left hook. That may have done colossal damage had it connected. Hogan misses a left uppercut and gets thanked for that with a left straight. Hogan putting Hunter against the ropes. This is not what Hunter's trainer wanted. Hunter's fighting away from the ropes now. Misses with the left hook and gets hit with the right. Hogan backing up into the corner himself. I don't know if he's trying to bait Hunter into something, but it didn't serve him well to be there. Hogan tries to clinch. Hunter pushes him out and gives him a couple of 1-2s. Hunter seems to be getting the better of this exchange. Blocks the uppercut and hits Hogan with the left. Men trade jabs. That was a pretty hard left overhand punch by Hunter. Hogan seems to be recovering fine, though. Not necessarily worried about it. Hogan seems to be leaping in a little bit more. That is something he wasn't doing early on. Another leap in. Not serving him well. Hogan would be best to do what he was doing earlier on. He's abandoning his conservative style. Seems to be getting a little anxious and overextending himself. Hunter's taking advantage of that. It's incredible the amount of force that appears to be behind Hunter's punches, yet not a lot of stamina being depleted.
Fucking beautiful. That was fucking amazing. I want another round like that. This is your fight, okay? You're in complete control of this fight. Don't fight his fight. Jab and move.
You're okay, don't worry. You're doing fine. I need you to move your head more side to side.
Hogan's trainer telling him he's doing great, continue that fighting. Hunter's trainer telling him to move a little bit more. I would have given that round to Hunter. He seemed to be the more aggressive fighter. Hunter trying to sidestep punches, gets caught anyways. Trying to keep Hogan off of him with these jabs and straights. Doesn't look to be really successful. Kind of wasting energy as Hogan is successfully blocking all of them. Hogan lands a straight right to Hunter's face. Hunter leans out of an overhand right, but does not follow up with a counterpunch. Both men pretty much swinging in and hitting nothing but forearms. Hogan trying to go for the body, gets blocked in a jab to the face. Catches Hunter with a straight right. Misses a left hook and gets hit with a straight jab. A right jab. It appears that both men are successfully leaning out of the other's punch, but none appear to be landing any kind of follow-up. They just allow the other puncher to miss them, but then they go back to a defensive stance and don't follow up with a counter punch. I'm not sure if each of the fighters are afraid of the other, or they just have that much respect they won't dare land a counter punch on the other. Hunter seems to be having a little bit more success this round, keeping Hogan on the outside and having him against the ropes. Hogan able to get away from the ropes and back to the center of the ring. Almost lands an overhand right. Misses, and we have ended the fourth round.
Keep it up. Okay, listen. When he misses you with
Nice work. You can't handle the speed too much. Keep it up.
Hunter's trainer telling him, good job keeping Hogan towards the ropes, and Hunter's trainer telling him that. Hogan's trainer telling him to use your speed, as Hunter can't seem to keep up. That may be true, as he keeps missing with these swings. Both men seem to be sizing the other man up, trying to come in with punches, Hogan blocking all of them. Both men trading blows now, body shots and head shots. Hogan successfully blocks Hunter's left hook and follows up with the right of his own. Uppercuts Hunter with a left uppercut. Hunter still standing, doesn't appear to be wearied or fazed by it. Attempts a very strong left hook, but Hogan evades. Catches Hogan with a left jaw, but Hogan follows up with the right uppercut. These men are trading blows like they're wearing headgear. Now both of them appear to be trying to walk towards the other's left. They're walking in synchronization. Now Hogan, or rather Hunter, appears to be against the ropes. Hogan, or rather Hunter, follows up with a nice right straight. It appears both attempt to punch each other at the same time, and they end up canceling each other out. Quite interesting. I have a feeling this fight may go the distance if there isn't a significant power shot thrown at the other that actually connects. They seem to be trying to wear the other down throughout each of the rounds, so as when it comes to near the end of it, the other will have no trouble in knocking their opponent out.
don't fight his fight. Jab and move.
Hunter's trainer repeating his earlier sentiments, jab and move. Don't just stand there. Don't let Hogan control the fight. Hogan's trainer is convinced that he is winning the fight and to keep doing what he's doing. I may have to agree with that, but it is far too close to call, especially at this point. A nice left hook or rather a left straight by Hunter to Hogan's right side. Misses with an overhand. Hogan hits with an uppercut to the body. Men trading jabs with each other. Hogan seems to be in better shape at this point in the fight. Because of his conservative style, he does have a little bit more stamina than Hunter does. Hunter hits 2 successful lefts against Hogan, and then a third. While Hunter appears to be a bit more defensive, Hogan is much more conservative. As a result, he does appear to be have a more bounce in his step than Hunter does. That could definitely serve him well if he uses his stamina to his advantage. He may want to space out the rounds that in which he exerts a lot of energy. Although he is getting hit quite a bit, that uppercut did do significant damage. Backing himself up, trying to put space between him and Hunter. Misses a hard right uppercut, but Hunter does not punish him for it. Men trade blows again. Hogan hits him with the left overhand. Hunter hitting him with a couple of jabs and straights. Space between the men again. Round's about to end. Trade blows to the body and the head, and that is the end of round 6.
You're fighting this fight. You're fighting on the inside with this guy. I want you to use the ring and keep your distance. Actually, he's hurt. I know.
Listen, I need to see some counter punches, okay? Whenever he misses, count.
Hogan's trainer telling him that he would very much like to see counterpunching. I would definitely have to agree with that. There have been a couple of times where Hogan was out of Hunter's range and had an ample opportunity to follow up with some kind of punish to Hunter's miss, but he just seems to not want to capitalize on his opportunities. Hunter's trainer is telling him to not go inside and fight Hogan's game. It appears that Hogan is an inside fighter. He prefers Hunter, or rather Hunter's trainer prefers him to stay on the outside, keep Hogan against the ring, although he is saying Hunter is winning the fight. That left hand did a lot of damage to Hogan. Hunter doesn't appear to be following up with anything, allowing Hogan to recover. Hogan's attempt to come with a leaping right overhand misses. Hunter seems to be quick enough to recover after a missed punch or a blocked punch and block, or rather evade, Hogan's follow-ups. This gives... Oh, that is a right hook, or rather a right straight, and that takes Hunter down. Caught Hunter coming in with a right, catches him with the right straight of his own and knocks him down to the mat. Let us see if Hunter can actually get up from this punch. That was a right hook right to his jaw, taking him down. Let us see if he can actually make it up before the 10 count.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Hunter up at 5, saying, "I am not going out without a fight. This fight is not over. We are only in the 7th round. Don't think you have me done yet." Although I do believe if this goes to decisions, Hogan has a very high chance now of winning this fight because of this knockdown. Hunter definitely needs to get his own in. If Hunter has a chance of winning this fight, it is only with a knockdown of his own. Men still trading blows. Hunter is still on his feet, letting Hogan know that I am here to fight. That knockdown was probably accidental. I am not afraid of you. That ends the 7th round. That ends the only knockdown, or rather the round that had the only knockdown in the fight so far.
Listen, you need to double up your punches and keep the lead, right?
You need to cover up more, okay? You're leaving yourself open too much. Cover up.
Hogan's trainer telling him that was a good round. Double up your punches, as he's really tired. Hunter's trainer telling him, you definitely need to block. Stop putting your arms down. I believe what actually caused Hunter's knockdown, and he was leaping in with a right. Hogan was able to pass through it and hit him with the right straight that weakened him. Hunter definitely needs to adopt Hogan's play style and try to be a bit more conservative, as he has tired himself out faster than Hogan has. He's more defensive, but Hogan is more conservative. Well, Hunter doesn't seem to be able to land a punch on Hogan right now. Takes a right hook to the face as he was coming in with the punch. able to block Hogan's punches, adopting what his trainer told him to do. Able to keep Hogan at bay with his straights. Catches him with a jab and a straight and another straight. Hogan successfully blocking Hunter's punches. Lands a left hook and another left, knocking him down to the mat. Able to evade. Actually, he did take Hunter's punch, but there didn't appear to be any kind of power behind it. Was able to recover immediately and follow up with his own left hook, which knocked Hunter down to the mat. Let's see if Hunter can actually get up. And he followed up with another right as he was falling. Hunter up at the count of 5 again. That's his second knockdown of the fight. Still showing dominance, showing that he is not hurt. He is still able to continue. Gets up at 5 again. Hogan looking to finish off Hunter with these straights. Gets hit with an uppercut, but not a lot of power behind it as Hunter is very tired. Hunter trying as best he can to land some sort of punches on Hogan, but they don't appear to be doing much damage. Hogan, on the other hand, because of his conservative play, all his punches seem to be doing a great amount of damage to Hunter. That ends the 8th round. That was the second knockdown.
Keep your distance. Stay away from him. Keep throwing that jab. Listen, just pick his jab. That's right. Pick his jab. When he throws jab,
Just keep working, and this is your fight. Don't get lazy out there, all right? Just don't get lazy. You're winning this fight.
Hunter's trainer telling him to jab and stay away from him. Do not go in. Don't become an inside fighter. That is what Hogan does. Hogan's trainer telling him, keep doing exactly what you're doing. You are winning this fight. Round 9 start, and things seem to be repeating what they have been throughout the fight. Hogan gets backed up to the ropes, but Hunter doesn't seem to be able to do much after that. Another left hook, a lot, and that ends the fight. Hunter is knocked out. That is it. Hunter could not get up, or rather the ref stops it. The third knockdown, which happens in the 9th fight, or rather the 9th round, comes in as he's trying to land a jab to the face. Hogan sees it coming and immediately counters with the left hook, takes him right to the ground, and it is just lights out after that. Tries to go for a jab, gets clocked right in the face. Let's try the overhead shot one more time. Tries to go for it, Hogan sees it and immediately punches him right in the face. So much so, he turns right into his shoulder. Ref stops the fight, says that's enough. Enough is enough. Hogan wins the fight. Very happy with the result. I'm sure he is. Oh yes, this was Hogan's fight all day. It wasn't even close at this point. Hunter was completely losing this fight. That was indeed quite an exciting fight. I wasn't sure myself who was actually winning. I can only go by what the trainers say. I thought it was closer than 78-72. Even with the 2 knockdowns, I was hoping that if Hunter got his own knockdown, it would bring it up to about even. But according to the judges, that is not the case. They saw that Hogan was doing far more damage, being far better throughout the fight, far more dominant, and as a result, well, he won by KO. It wouldn't have even mattered if it gone to the judges' scorecards. He would have won anyways. So with that being said, let us head over to the bracket, give Hogan his rightful knockout victory due, which is 4-0. Let him go forward. He will end up fighting the Hawk in the 2nd round. That is way ahead. We have far more fights to go through. The next fight we have is Adonis, the son of Apollo Creed, Adonis Johnson Creed, going up against Ving Rhames. And I believe Ving Rhames will definitely have to go back to his acting coach when he took on that boxing role on Undisputed, and may have to reconnect with him if he stands a chance at fighting this person. Or rather, Adonis Creed as well, as Adonis Creed is a fictional person. But that was a pretty interesting fight. I'm going to end it there. thank you all of those who came to check out my video for watching my video. I appreciate all the views, notoriety I can get. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. And as always, take care and God bless.